Hi guys, a lot of people ask me if I could do a video about my studio and the gear and synths I'm using. Well, here it is, and I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Well, there's my synth corner 1, with this quite interesting synths that you can see. It's the LBXA, then the Rhodes Chroma, an old W30 Sampler workstation. Let's go into this corner. Let's start from the top, bearing a VC340, very nice instrument. Then Roland Jx-10 should work. Yes, beautiful sounds. Underneath we've got Roland Polaris, fat bass sounds. Another Jx-10. Can't get enough of Jx-10s because they're just fantastic. Below we've got a Jupiter 6. This one is waiting for a trigger signal and got a very fantastic bass sound. And this one waits for a trigger signal to come from the drum computer Roland TR-626, because this one is the clock master for all the arpeggiators of the synths here, for the JP6 and for the Junos and for a bit of 4 here as well. So then we turn over to the left. This is a nice Roland W30 Sampler, and I made my custom EEPROM sounds, so when it boots up with the Gotek floppy emulator, you get instant vintage sounds. For example here, drum computer sounds. And so on. Then below, the mighty Oberheim OBXA, fantastic instrument. You hear my dog, he's barking, somebody's at the door. And then we've got the Rhodes Chroma, which basically works, but a few voice cards are missing, so I'm waiting for them to be repaired. Okay, then we turn over. Here is an old Studer. It's a Studer 81, A81, very nice tape machine for mastering. Here's my mic locker with a few interesting old Neumann mics, microphones, small condenser, dynamic microphone, ribbon microphones, and so on and so on. Let's turn over to the next corner and my outboard gear. So on top there is the beautiful SH-2000, fantastic solo synthesizer with a kind of mechanical aftertouch, and it's extremely expressive with that. Then the mighty Roland Jx-10, or the Super, what is it? The Super JX, with Verkoven inside. Fred made a really fantastic new system firmware for this synth, and it has also the PWM modification. fantastic sounds. Then we turn over to the right, and here is the Chroma Polaris, a very rare instrument. And below, the great CS70M, which I just finished to repair. Beautiful instrument. Okay, so this was Synth Corner 2. Maybe a short look at the outboard. Here we get two A&T, former Neumann equalizer. Then I've got the root tube mastering unit. It's a tube unit similar to another tube unit you can buy. This one is a self-made, do-it-yourself unit, and as you can see, it has my studio logo printed on the front panel. It's air shelter audio. Then there is a kind of Phoenix tube compressor. I've called it the Firebird. These are self-made, so DIY units. Another Cyswick Reach Barimu compressor. Below there is an optocompressor, tube optocompressor, and there is the 2LA2. It's yes, the famous LA2A optocompressor with tubes. Then we go over here. It's the Gates STR level. This one is completely self-made, and a friend of mine, Tony, and we developed the PCB together. Just open it for you, and you see all components and the PCB have been self-made. And it's a really fantastic unit and sounds really great. Okay, let's close this one. Okay, below there's an audio design recording compressor, very famous for the drum sound compression. And then this is a fat compressor, by the way. Then the new Federal 864, it's this do-it-yourself version of the famous Federal 864. Then dual 1176 and two other 1176 fat compressors. Below there is a new Varimu 436. The number says everything. It's a knockoff, or similar to the Altec 436 compressor. And yes, oh sorry, you can't see it. It's a nice one. And on top of that, the Clark third dimension BBD 320. Here we've got the audio interfaces. It's a Steinberg 824 with two expansion units via ADAT, so that I've got 24 inputs and 24 outputs. On top of that, I've got three Lexicon PCM70 superb reverb units. You can't get better ones. Then TC Electronic and another reverb unit, Patch Bay, and then Dynacord DRP20X and another LXP15. Okay, that was this Synth Corner. A short overview. In the center there's my mixing desk. It's an ADT 5MT, 32 tracks inline console, recording console. Very nice one. I restored this one, and this one was completely broken. It was really nothing left over. The complete meter bridge was recreated with all the VU meters and so on. It's a really nice desk, and yes, it has a very special history. And yes, it's easy to mix on this one, and yes, a few controller, Steinberg CC 1-to-1 controller, and all the outboard equipment is connected to this patch bay, so I can insert any outboard gear I'd like to. Okay, short view on the monitors, the Neumann KH310, very good monitors, near-field monitors to work with. They are very analytic and very clear in sound. So let's turn over to the next synth corner. Here we've got an old R8 drum computer, which is syncing all the sequences and arpeggiators of the synths to the right. A nice JD800 hybrid synthesizer. Well, it's a digital synthesizer, but the control panel is built like an analog synthesizer. A short glance here. JV1010 Roland, then MKS80 Super Jupiter, very nice synth, and Planet SR MKS30, the rec version of the Jx-3P, and below the TG77 FM synth. You couldn't get a better one. And here power supply. It's constantly humming. That's a power supply for the mixing desk, but you can't do anything against it, and you get used to it. Okay, this is the computer for the VCA automation part and a delay unit for the electronic bass trap. Okay, let's step back a bit. So here are two synth shelves, and let's begin from the top. Ensoniq ESQ1, then the mighty Monopoly by Behringer. Let's play this one. Sounds very good. Yes, impressive bass sounds. Poly 6. Then we've got the Alpha Juno 2 here. In fact, you can really make great sounds that sound almost similar to the Juno 106, which I'm going to show you later. And then we've got below the D50, my very first synthesizer, and below the Wave Station EX. Okay, so then we turn over to the next shelf. On top, Jx-8P. It's connected, but at the moment I haven't connected it to the mixer. Then below we've got the Juno 106. It's working. All voices are there. The Oberheim Matrix 6, and below my master keyboard and the keyboard for his concerts and when going on stage is the Mo XF8. The Mo XF8. Sorry for that. It's the master keyboard, and you can control any of these keyboards I showed you. This master keyboard. They are all connected MIDI wise, and I've got another USB keyboard here when playing or composing a song with Cubase, which is running right now. I've got a pair of Auratones. Do-it-yourself version sounds very good, and yes, that's basically my studio. Okay. Here's a nice chill out area for the artists recording here. And next door is in fact a bunker. It's an old bunker from Cold War period. And yes, this is the vocal recording booth. Okay, so last overview, and I hope you enjoyed it. Here we go. So this is my workspace, and yeah, lots of gear to play with, and yes, lots of fun making music. Okay, see you next time. Bye.